Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Next Goal Wins. Again we can talk about the team Leicester City. We play on Sunday against Aston Villa. Let's do my preview. So here it is then, the preview for the game against Villa. Villa last season was the game that was vital for us. We got the 3 points, Konchesky getting the goal, and this season I hope for the same again, another 3 points. Villa obviously haven't picked up a win since the opening day against Bournemouth, currently on 4 points from 4 games, and they lost to Crystal Palace, drew their most recent game, and they also lost to Man United at home. So haven't picked up a win since the opening day of the season, missing a few key players and finding it difficult to score goals at the moment, and I think we can really capitalise on that. Obviously we've got players in form, especially Mahrez and Vardy. I'd say Vardy's in form in the sense of, for us, Inler is bang in form, and I hope that this can be a game we really seize and thrive at home like we did against Sunderland on the opening day. So what I think will happen in the game then, let's talk about Villa first. Like I said, you'll just see Gueye has been injured on international duty, so he will be missing the game, and Sherwood has done well really since he took over Villa. He's kind of solidified him, got him to a cup final obviously, and State kept him in the division last season, and this season without being spectacular he's done just enough. I mean, he gets enough jip for his gilets and stuff that, you know, he can kind of get by at the moment. A few people didn't want him when he was at Villa as a supporter, but I think he's embedded in well, and he's brought a lot to the squad. But their squad has depleted since last season. They've lost their key man in Fabian Delph and their key target man in Christian Benteke. And Benteke going has cost them chances in front of goal. They brought in AU from Lorient, and the brother obviously of Andre plays for Swansea, who just won Player of the Month, actually Pippin Mahrez, so Mahrez will have to do well this month to beat him. Yeah, they've got players like that in there, and they bought a lot of midfielders like Vertu, like I said, Gueye who's off, and they've bought massive amounts of players, and Malvian at left back, but they haven't really improved the squad massively. Like I said, their results have still been iffy. 4 points from 4 games is nothing spectacular, and only beating Bournemouth at home, well, away for them, first game of the season, really isn't massive great form. So this is an opportunity we really can seize and thrive at home in front of our home support, which we know will be packed out. It'll be a great atmosphere, and we can get the 3 points under our belt and move on to the next game. I think then we should go for this team. It's in that corner there. That is the team I think we should go for. I think we should go for Schmeichel in goal, and I think we should go for a back four. Same back four as always: Delat, Hoof, Morgan, and Schlupp. On the right, Albrighton. On the left, sorry, Albrighton. On the right, Mahrez, and then obviously swap them over, interchange them. In the middle, though, the big 2 changes: Kante and Inler. Kante and Inler have to start for me. Inler for one because he's an absolute dynamo player. I mean, he's that step above we really need. He's the Cambiasso, and I think he's better than Cambiasso. I mean, watching that Switzerland game, he's an absolute magician in the middle of a field of picking a pass and slowing the pace down of a game. He can get the ball in that area and dictate the play and make of it what he wants. He's almost Berbatov-esque in the middle of a park, that he can control the pace and the tempo of a game and make it flow and ebb how he wants it to. So I think Inler is a definite. He has to start, and Kante has to start because of what he did against Bournemouth. His pace he can offer that injection of pace going forward while Inler sits deep. And I just think, as good as King, obviously, playing international duty for Wales has been, and Drinkwater, you can't overlook these 2 players. They have to come in now, at home to Villa, and grasp the opportunity. Then up front, the same 2, it's Shinji and Vardy. You can't say anything more than Shinji Okazaki's bedded him so brilliantly into the squad, and Vardy is a massive threat for us. He's that outball and brilliance. And no matter how many times people slate him that he got an England call-up, he's our Jamie Vardy, he's our Leicester City player, and he's good for us, and that's all that matters to me, really. Yes, it would have been nice for him to have got a goal on international duty, but it was like the players weren't passing to him, so we can't blame him for that. And as long as he gets back to Leicester, fully focused, and can perform again, then that's what we need. I hope these players come back like Mahrez and they're still firing. I mean, he got an assist for Algeria, so you hope he's still firing, and Okazaki obviously got a few goals in his last Japan outing, so we're all going to be high in confidence, coming back to a really good squad, really high on life. And then on the bench, obviously the only new addition is going to be Nathan Dyer, the deadline day signing. I expect Dyer to get a few minutes in the end of the game. If he doesn't start, obviously he's brilliant one-on-one, that pace to get down the line. Ranieri said that in his press conference today, that the one-on-one ability was one of the reasons he went after Dyer, that he can get past players and produce a final product. And I think Dyer in the last 10-15 minutes of the game, if a Malvi's on a yellow card and he does get booked quite a bit, then, you know, we can really exploit that. Albrighton hasn't got massive pace and Dyer has, so the last 10-15 minutes when they're knackered or cream crackered, to get Dyer down that wing and just absolutely burst the burners will be a massive outlet for us, because it's something we don't really have. Is Albrighton is fast, but he's not absolutely rapid like Dyer is. Away from a team, then, my score prediction for this game is going to be 2-1 City. I don't do goal scorers because you never know, but 2-1 City is what I'm going to go for. I think Dodo will be off the bench and Kramaric will be back on it. Obviously, Dyer will be on it, but I expect someone to miss out. Maybe Ulloa for a home game because we'd rather have a finish of it than a big man up top. But who knows? Who knows what it'll be. I think it's going to be 2-1 there. I think Villa will get a goal because we always seem to concede. This season especially, we seem to concede, and I don't know why, but I think we'll get enough to win the game. 2-1. I think it'll be kind of a game which we dominate in terms of pushing forward, and I think that's why we need to play Inler, because he can dominate that game. Against Sunderland, that first game of the season, it was brilliant because we had a lot of the ball when we dictated the play. Against Bournemouth, we didn't do that, and that's why it cost us 3 points and we only got the 1 point. Tottenham the same, we didn't dictate enough for the ball. I know Tottenham are a top-class side, but we need to dictate the ball and work it and use the areas and use Schlupp's pace down one side and Delat's down the other, overlapping. And I think that is what we need to do against Villa especially, because like I said, they're weak in those wide areas. You can really push forward. That's obviously a possible Villa starting lineup that they think could happen down in that corner just below us. That's just from recent games and from what the papers have been saying could be their team. And to me, there's not massive amounts of threats in there. Obviously, there's a few players who are going to be threats. There always are when you play teams in the Premier League, but I expect us to get the win. I'll be disappointed if we don't. What does the win mean for us then? Obviously, it will get us onto a great amount of points. It will definitely keep us in the top 3 in the table because no one will be able to overtake us. And it will just keep this great run going. This is obviously last season, end of September, early October, where we picked up like our last jot of points last season. And then we had that massive clump in the middle of sliding away. So these are important, especially against someone like Villa. It's important to get 3 points and strive on to the next one. I think Ranieri will be happy with 3 points. I don't think he'll be happy with a draw. I don't think any of the fans will be happy with a draw. I think it's one we really have to look at now. If we want to establish ourselves as a Premier League team that at home to a team like Villa, we have to be winning these games. Villa fans, I spoke to a few of them and they seem to be pretty positive about their chances. They feel they've got enough to turn City over, but they are going to say that. We know that those Villa fans out there, you are very vocal on Twitter this season, especially towards us City fans, for unknown reasons. But, you know, when we turn you over, there'll be no one laughing. That will get cut out of this video, by the way, if we do end up losing the game, but hopefully we won't in the edit. So, you know, I really hope that we do win this game. It's going to be a packed atmosphere. Hopefully I'm going to be talking to a few fans out outside the stadium afterwards. So if you want to come to me, I'm going to be outside the stadium at the end of the game. Come and find me, talk to me, have a little talk about the game. Hopefully we can be on a positive note. We'll all be happy after winning a game against De Villa. So come and just find me outside the stadium. Hopefully I'll be interviewing a few people that day. I'll put it out on my Twitter. My Twitter's on the screen now. I'll put it out there. So if you want to just check me out on Twitter, I'll put where I am and what time I'm there. On that, so back to the game though. Vardy's going to be coming in after just playing massive international football. Obviously, he's back to a place where he likes now, where people like him. Inler's back in an environment that maybe he's not been in it for a while, but he's comfortable with now. People like Kramaric going back from international duty, Mahrez, Schlupp, Fuchs. And you look at our squad and there's so many internationals coming back that it shows the real strength in our squad. That the Austrian captain, who's just qualified for the Euros, isn't even going to get a look in the starting lineup if Jeff's fit. So it's real positive sign. Schmeichel's come off the back of 2 clean sheets. Hopefully he can do the same against Villa and hopefully we can turn him over. Please leave down below in the comments what you think the score prediction will be for the game. Please like the video as always to big up the Leicester and also to big up my channel. And please subscribe to me. I'll see you in the next one.